Hi folks, I thought I'd do a quick behind the scenes of what goes on with my magic, because sometimes when I turn up at events or whatever, you'll see me going around doing card tricks, mind reading stuff or whatever it may be to entertain the people. But there's a lot more that goes on than just me turning up and doing a few tricks. Some people might just think, oh, that's all a magician does. He just comes up, just shows a few little tricks that he's learned. There's a lot more to it than that. So it takes a lot of study, it takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of time and a lot of patience. And that's just learning the magic, right? So I don't know about other magicians, but this is what I do. So just over here to my left is my case of books and DVDs. So that's just a few of them. I've got loads on my computer as well. And they're all the magic that I learn. Plus I learn magic from lectures, from the magic circle, and from talking to other guys and other people. And it's not just learning tricks, it's learning the psychology of magic as well, and the meaning behind it. How to try and be entertaining to people, because there's nothing worse than watching a boring magician. The card trick or whatever they may do may seem absolutely amazing, but if they're boring, you're not going to want to watch it. So you've got to be entertaining as well as. But here on the computer, I'll show you this, because every trick I learn, this is what I do. So I have files just on the computer. I don't know if you can see that too well, but it has like card tricks, children's magic, close-up magic, and effects. So if I click on effects, this goes into another category thing. So I have like bizarre magic, like spooky stuff, card tricks, children's magic, because I do some kid stuff now and again. By no means am I a professional children's magician, but I have done a couple of kid shows. Stage stuff, mentalism stuff. Inside each of them categories are more subdividers, right? So for example, card tricks, because that's what I do most of. I specialise in card magic. I then base it into strolling magic. So this is like what people normally see me do at events. So I don't need to have tables or anything like that. Everything can be done in the hands. And this is the magic I love, because it's personal and you can just get people like talking to you, and people love it when you engage and talk. And that's what I feel, for me personally, is the strongest kind of magic. Now, other people might disagree, but you also have strolling table magic. So this one would be similar to strolling magic, but I kind of require a surface or someone's hands to use. So it's very similar. And then I've got a category called close-up. Now for me, it's some card tricks or whatever might involve a little setting up or whatever, and it takes a bit of resetting, and you have to keep going back and forth to reset it, which, you know, some magicians at gigs don't mind doing that, but personally I wouldn't do that, because, you know, whoever books you wants to see you working. They don't want to see you in the toilet every 5 minutes. They might think you got a bladder problem or stomach issue or something. So I like to have on me something that doesn't have to reset too much. So then I can spend the majority of my time on the floor walking around entertaining people. Because if I book someone, I will want to see my friends and family being entertained constantly. If I'm paying a certain amount of money to someone, I wouldn't want to see the entertainer disappearing every few minutes. And this is what happened, funny enough, at my wedding years ago. The magician kept disappearing, but people liked him anyway. But I won't say who he is, but yeah, people liked him anyway. And then you got the stage stuff, which is which is cool if you're doing a stand-up performance of like nursing homes or whatever, or whether it may be cruise ships. I've never done cruise ships as yet. Wouldn't mind doing it, but I haven't done it. And then you got the illusion things, and I've never really gone into that so far. I really love my close-up magic, just because, like I said, I find it engaging and personal. So yeah, and then there's books, you know, you can read. Something I'm going to do right now is I have a list of how I practice magic, because I don't know about other people if they have a certain way, but I like to keep myself quite organised. So it might be practice old tricks, just go over some old stuff, things I might have forgotten years ago. I like to kind of, you know, go over it again, which I'm going to do in just a minute for half an hour. Learn new stuff, so if I've bought anything that's brand new, I will go over that and see where it fits into my repertoire. There'll be things like interviews, so I'll probably go on YouTube or whatever and just listen to what other magicians have to say. Lectures, so I'll probably watch something on the Magic Circle, see what ideas they've got to share on there, and principles. What else? There's loads that I do. I'll create new acts. So I have a list. Let me see if I can show you this. Bear with me just a moment. I hope you folks get something out of this, but you'll see how much work goes on behind the scenes. So acts. So when it comes to acts or little tiny sets I do, I'll base that as well onto strolling acts, stage acts, and so on and so forth. And each one of them I've got a head in as well. So I've got even got a children's act, a mentalism act. But now I've kind of evolved a bit as a magician, because a lot of magicians say you shouldn't mix mind reading and magic together, because, you know, they feel like you won't come across as believable as a mind reader. But I think at the end of the day, as long as you're entertaining to people, that's what matters. People don't care if you're a mind reader or a magician. They think a magician can read minds anyway, right? So that's why I mix it together. Anyway, so let's have a look at this close up. So close up strolling. I have close up for tables. Oh, it's crazy. There's a lot of work goes into this. Okay, this is just loading up. Right, so this is just, if I can show you this. This is just set one. I've got loads of sets. Can you see that? Okay, so you've got like set one might be sponge balls, but you see next to it I've got stand up Monty. I wouldn't do them both together. So what I would do is do sponge balls going into ambitious card, going into card to pocket, and then ending in the Omni deck. Basically what that is the pack of cards disappears in the hand and holding like a deck, which is just a clear block, which is amazing. The forward slash I got down is I will put another effect after that. So basically you got 2, 4, 6, about 8 tricks there in one set. And then what I would do is set my pockets up, and then I'm good for a good hour, because what I do, I have a watch. So I'd set 30 minutes on there, and I would do sponge balls, ambitious card to pocket, which then turns into an Omni deck. I would do that for about half an hour, go around the floor and show people that when my timer goes up, I'd go on to the second lot. So instead of sponge balls, I'd then switch it up for stand up Monty, and then go into another card trick and ending with a closer. And I'll do that for the next half an hour. So already that's 1 hour covered. So if you're booked for 2 hours, you're only going to really need 2 sets in that kind of format. So like, for example, let me bring down another set for you. Here you go. So you see there, set 2. So I'll have coins across. Also write down where I found the routine. So that's in Trick Soup, which is an awesome DVD, by the way. I can't really read backwards, so I'm just going to read it off. So coins across, blackjack surprise, and signposts, all them can be found on the DVD Trick Soup. It's an awesome DVD by Gary Jones and Chris Congreve. Check it out. Bit of a plug there. And after that, I will probably change out for colour changing silks, which I've done for my Magic Circle exam, Rainbow Cascade, and Mr. E Takes a Stroll. And all them tricks I did for my Magic Circle exam. And sometimes what I do as well when I put together routines is you've got to find an opener, a good closer and a good middle. Now for an opener trick, you want to go for something that's engaging, that's quick. Maybe that doesn't take a minute to perform, unless of course there's a lot of magic happening all at the same times. The middle trick, you want to go for something that's quite visual, maybe something that's a bit different, maybe something a little bit longer than the opener. And of course for your closer, you want to be a talking point, maybe something that's multi-layered, like Ambitious Card, where the card comes to the top and then the card goes in your mouth, the card's in your pocket, loads of surprises. So yeah, a lot of thinking goes behind it. So just think, guys, if you are booking a magician in the future, you know, you're not getting a guy or a lady just turn up who's just learnt a card trick that morning to show your friends and family. They've spent a considerable amount of time crafting what they do to personalise magic for you. For example, if someone was to book me today, I've probably already thought, right, November, this is the acts or the set list that I want to do for November. I mean, already I'm meeting my friends in December and I'm writing a good nine routines as a, well, I'm going for a meal with a friend and children. So I've wrote down 9 tricks that vary in what they do to perform for them. And I would use exactly the same method I'm doing here. And I think when you create magic, try and get a bit of variety. I know you do get magicians that like to do just card tricks, and that's fine. That's fine. As long as the plot changes and it's not always pick a card, I find a card, because people get bored quite quick. Just make it very varied and make sure you have a theme that fits like a story. But yeah, like I said, just going over old stuff. If you are booking a magician, just be aware that, you know, their prices might seem a bit high, but you've got to think about all the work they put into it and all the passion that they have, and also the amount of time they've spent crafting all this magic. Don't forget as well, when they turn up to an event, a lot of people don't drive. I don't drive. So like, it's going to cost money and fare and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, I'm sorry to ramble on. I thought I'd just give you a quick behind the scenes of what goes on. And I'm going to go and watch a bit of Michael Amar, which is an amazing set as well, to be honest. Take care for now. Cheers.